Hi, good morning, Annie.
Hi.
We are together with the today Annie Kwong from MLA about
Yeah.
the pre-sale. And my name is Matt Yul, and my daughter Selin Yul, who is doing the marketing. And Annie, we would like to ask you some questions. We already done one purchase from you, and also we have some other clients, and they have some questions. Yeah, could you tell about the Anacapri guys marketing? That one is Kelowna's most affordable condos. Can you tell us about?
Yeah, so there are 90 homes in total. It's a wood frame building located at 1365 Belair Avenue. So it's located about 5 minutes away from downtown Kelowna. Really great location because it is on a quiet residential street. So the surrounding area is all just detached housing. So it's a quieter area for a lot of people. That's very important because they don't necessarily want to be in the hustle and bustle of everything downtown. But it's close to the water. We will have some mountain views and water views throughout the home. So great idea for investors who may want to rent it out part of the year, maybe as a vacation home. And also with the new UBC campus coming in the next 2 years, there will be a much higher demand in that area as well.
I see. And could you tell us about the developer? Who is the developer?
Yeah, so the developer is really great. They are called Kingdom Canada. They are very prevalent on the East Coast more so than on the West Coast. So they've really taken a liking to Kelowna because of all of the opportunity there, all of the growth that's imminent in that area. And so they're a really great developer. They deliver really high quality.
Okay, thank you. And Selin, your questions?
I guess our next question would be, what is the timeline in terms of construction?
Construction, you're looking at a completion date of 2024 fall. So we initially launched at a summer completion date. However, that's been pushed forward. However, that's probably to a lot of people's liking just because of the mortgage rates right now, and a lot of people are wanting to kind of push it further out, but it's not too far to the point where you're not really sure what the market's going to do at that point.
And also you mentioned about the location. How far is the Anacapri from the UBC campuses?
Yeah, so the UBC campus currently is about a 20-minute drive away, which isn't bad at all. I used to drive from Richmond to SFU when I was in school. So 20 minutes would be a dream for me. Now, there will be a new campus going in the next 2 years. So it kind of goes hand in hand with our completion date, in the sense that it will be in downtown Kelowna. So again, a 5-minute drive away. If you want to walk, it's about 25 minutes, depending on how quick you walk, of course. Could take longer or less time, of course.
Yeah. What is the expectation for rent per unit for the studios for 1 bedroom? I think the demand mostly to 1 bedroom and the studios in wintertime for the students.
I think, Matt, you and I had gone over the property management sheet. So for a lot of our investor clients, this is something that they can definitely refer to, depending on the home type. So if it's like a studio, you're looking at about $1,400 to $1,500 a month for a full 1 bedroom with parking. Obviously, parking does make a difference. So you'd be looking at about $1,800 to $1,900 per month. For 2 bedrooms, they do range a little bit more because the majority of our inventory is a range of 2 bedrooms. So they start at around $2,000 per month, and they can go anywhere up to about $2,750. Now, these are very conservative estimates. So by the time completion happens, I imagine with the increased demand of rentals in the area, it will most likely be a little bit higher, if not much higher. And then 3 bedrooms, you're looking at about $3,200 to about $3,450.
I see. Yeah. For example, my client, when we think about when we purchase, we think about the rent in the winter time, school time to the students, UBC students and other students in around. And also summertime, the summer market is a higher season to rent it to the for summer season in different price range. Is this possible to make it, or you know, it's possible to realize? You think that kind of
Yeah, I think we spoke about that with your other client that purchased,
Yeah.
right? So like what I've been telling a lot of people, the most strategic and the best way to go about rentals here is that you have to also determine who you're looking to rent to, right? So I assume the majority of people are going to cater to students that are going to UBC. If not, of course, there's lots of other people who are looking to rent there as well. It's a great vacation spot. It's kind of in between Kelowna and the Okanagan, right? So like I've been telling people, we don't allow Airbnbs because of the zoning requirements here in this building. But that's actually a really good thing because it creates an environment where there's less replacement costs. Long-term renters generally care more about the residents than short-term renters. So what I've been telling people, if you're looking at this as an investment potentially for yourself, but mostly for rental, it is actually really, really easy to manage because you can actually rent it out by school terms. So like, for example, if you know school starts in September and they go on break around December, you can actually do like, let's say September 1st to December 15th. Or if you know you're not going to go there in the winter time, you can just rent it for a year. Right. And then if you know, like, let's say, oh, next year I want to go to Kelowna and I want to have my vacation there, you can always just rent it out from the periods where they're at school. And then for summer break, you can just, you know, leave it empty so that you can enjoy it yourself.
Yeah, my client, I really like the idea to use in the summertime a couple of months for themselves and for their guests, and rent it in the during the winter. It's a great opportunity. The best thing about the Anacapri is really affordable. If we talk about the numbers, what do you think about the return on investment? If you compare, because it's an MLA, you guys selling in Vancouver as well. If you compare with the Vancouver to Kelowna, can you tell us some numbers? Why the people should buy in Kelowna if they're tight budget?
Let's pretend we're not in like today's market where the interest rates are crazy high. Let's say we're in a more balanced market, which is what is likely going to happen by the time completion happens. I always want to make sure that when you are doing an investment, that it is a sound investment, that there is a return. Right now, if you were to buy something in Vancouver, that's not guaranteed. So, and by not guaranteed, I mean you could be forking out an extra $200, and that's a best case scenario, just to maintain your investment, which to me isn't really an investment because you're not really making money from it. You will in the future. It is a long-term investment, but it is something where maybe for the first 5 years, you will be forking out a little bit of money to maintain that investment. And then in the future, seeing that return come back at a smaller rate. So Kelowna is a really great opportunity in the sense that prices are still low. As you know, our studio homes start at $289,900. So that's a cost that you really can't see in the Lower Mainland in Vancouver. We always want to look at location too. Like even in different types of pre-sales, like we look at the location and the amount of growth that's going to happen in that area. You don't want to buy in an area that's already capped out. So when we're looking at these sound investments, we're talking about the longevity and how much return you're going to get in the future. And that's all dependent on the amount of growth that's going to happen there. And we all know that it's inevitable that Kelowna is kind of like the next big city hub, just because everything from the Lower Mainland is eventually going to go out there.
I see. There is an option. Our client already choose that one, the electric outlet ready. That's really another cool thing, because most of the car becoming electric in very soon. Other questions, Selin?
I guess could you also explain to us the custom design options?
Yeah, so we actually have a really, really great upgrade option right now, and it is part of our incentive package that we're giving. So for the smaller unit types like A, B, and C floor plans, there's an optional upgrade of $10,000 for a furniture package, which includes Wayfair brands, a mattress, kitchen, table, chairs, two-seater sofa, living room table, and a TV desk. For the D and E types, which are the larger homes, you will get the $11,000 value included in the home. So that's for a limited time. We also have one parking included in most home. 3 bedrooms include 2 parking. So that's something that a lot of people have been really happy about. And then we also have locker upgrades. So for $4,000, you can get a smaller locker, not that much smaller, it's about 3 by 6 by 6, and, or you can get a larger locker, which is $5,000 for $1,000 more, 4 by 6 by 6, so an extra foot basically.
About those upgrade package, do we have a chance to buy now because our existing client already make the purchase, but it's possible to add on? Yeah, because it's a really good idea to buy in the beginning because it include your mortgage.
Yeah, of course.
Your package. If you furnish it after, those are.
Yeah, and that's a case by case scenario. Like we can always talk about that. If let's say your clients really want an extra parking stall, we can always look into what the availability is.
I see. No, it is excellent.
Thank you so much, Annie, for your time and for answering all of our questions today.
You're very welcome.
And it was really great, very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll talk soon. I'm sure we will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.